Woodrow Wilson, the professor who tried to reprogram the world 1913 to 1921. When Woodrow Wilson moved in, I knew right away, this man was not like the others. He wasn't a war hero, a party hack, or a grinning glad-hander. No, Wilson was a professor, a man of ideas, a man who thought deeply, wrote constantly, and spoke like he was giving a lecture to the entire planet. And then he tried to run the planet. Wilson swept into office in 1913 with reform on his mind and a pair of pince-nez glasses balanced on his nose. He hated small talk, rarely smiled, and made even my curtains feel undereducated. But give him a blackboard and a problem, and he would rewrite the system from scratch. He took a scalpel to the economy, established the Federal Reserve, created the Federal Trade Commission, lowered tariffs, enacted the first income tax under the 16th Amendment. He loved order, he loved structure, he probably alphabetized his socks. Then came World War I. At first, Wilson tried to keep America out of it. He campaigned for re-election in 1916 with the slogan, "He kept us out of war," which aged about as well as milk in a heat wave. In April of 1917, German submarines, war loans, and a little thing called the Zimmermann telegram pushed him over the edge. He asked Congress to declare war. Suddenly, my rooms were filled with generals, war boards, telegrams, ration plans, and speeches about making the world safe for democracy. Wilson took charge like he was running a university during a fire drill. He censored newspapers, arrested dissenters, drafted soldiers by the millions. And when the war ended in 1918, he wasn't content to celebrate victory. No, Wilson boarded a ship and sailed to Europe to design the post-war world himself. No American president had ever done that before. He came back with his baby, the League of Nations, a global peacekeeping body, a blueprint for future diplomacy. The Senate laughed. They hated the idea of giving away American sovereignty. Wilson refused to compromise. He went on a cross-country speaking tour to rally support, then collapsed from exhaustion and suffered a massive stroke. For the rest of his presidency, he lay in my bedroom, partially paralyzed, unable to govern. His wife, Edith, quietly took over. She decided what he saw, who he spoke to, and what papers made it to his bedside. Some say she was the first female president. I won't say that, but I will say, nobody was checking the pen he signed with. Wilson finished his term in silence. He never regained full health. He left in 1921, bitter that America had rejected his league and ignored what he saw as his legacy. He was brilliant, stubborn, visionary, arrogant. He restructured government, redefined executive power, and left me more centralized, more complicated, and more globally focused than ever before. Also, he re-segregated the federal government. Yes, the man who spoke about justice and democracy allowed his administration to roll back decades of progress for Black Americans. His ideas soared, his blind spots crashed. And when he left, I sighed, not because he had failed, but because he couldn't admit he had.